Shit! Ow! Fuck them all! What was that? I don't remember this shit at all. I guess a great president would say, you know, just don't seem to have a lot in common. Now, Donald, there's a lot of benefits to these guys. The world can deliver the letter. Welcome back. All right, so I want us to do a video today where we look at the National Hockey League and the season that they've had. This is what I'm getting into actually reviewing the season. I'm going to do that video soon, of course. But I wanted to take a look at the status of things because I do see in the comments that we talked about the National Hockey League is in no danger. There's absolutely no chance of people getting some sort of value on this board. Now, the website is organized by attendance from the most of the sessions. And another one for this season is the black on the left, and the for the season prior is the gray on the right-hand side. And then the number underneath is the example for this season. And the first thing that stands out is that's it. Their attendance is like 20,000 from 6 buildings this year. And, yeah, Montreal doesn't have a problem selling it. Even this Detroit. Detroit went up to 19,345 on average this season from 18,980 the year before. So that's a difference of 365 in profit. Then you got Chicago. They get a bump from the World Winter Profit. They go from 19,000 so they gain 294 on average. But again, they get how where plastic and gritty field. And it was here that the outdoor team and kind of fill things off so people get stronger. Now, Tampa, the same. They just settle out 19,092. Nothing else to see here. Move along, very predictable, and very reliable. There's 4. It's not, we're not that far removed from the fact that I'm going to not to support the team, it's not going to work. And I always said, hey, they got good teams, let's see. Put your team back then, yeah. And their attendance went from 18,632 last season to 19,059. This year, that's an increase of 427 per game. So the Florida Panthers is very healthy, they get their money, and all the seven of us have the Kevin Dryden at this point. I know it was started against the Florida, but yeah, it just kind of shows that a lot of the time we see their Florida, and it can happen. Columbus on a big jump. I think it's the stadium game because they were 18,935 this season, 17,016 last season. So they got to beat that. I think the local team up on that. They but Columbus they so that's 18,789, 2,000. That's a nice. So, well, the fellow faithful may not be happy with how the playoffs turned out in the regular season. They definitely turned out pretty well with numbers. Vancouver did. They went up to 18,000.
Oh, shit. Fire. Sword.
Not like you can go down. So nothing needs to go. I don't make the down corner to I got there's a lot of jump this I think the down corner search just drop on fast again. Down from the middle fast fast I never did well that they have these year and 5 years. Why? Yeah, so Capital's pretty strong season on the ice and pretty solid box office as well. The drop in the limit from 18,100 to 18,067, but from 36 down to the Carolina. Vegas dropped, but not in the
Fucking stink.
The Rangers dropped and they sometimes that happening playing the wild
Wow!
Which is a surprise because they were in the playoffs. They went from 17,580 per game to 17,306 per game, or a drop of 274. Nashville went from 17,306 to 17,212. So they went to the playoffs. So goes to Nashville coming up. Nashville's a market as well.
Shit, that was scary damage. Maybe you have my most Tom. Oh, ready?
Pittsburgh Penguins, and Pittsburgh does have a reputation when it comes to teams that aren't necessarily performing on the field. This year from last year, they were 15,150,990. They will have like that. So every time I see that, I'll bump one. Hold it back. All right, so today I'm going to discuss about the Blue Jackets. As I continue to look at teams in the NHL this offseason, they're not a team to pretty cool if there's anybody on the depth chart. Especially there from the fall. My guest person, not only that, but I told you, like, yeah, and I told the daily FaceTime. So there's been a lot of different payments that we don't go on frequently. But it's quite a sometimes hard to do. But we try to see them about so that which is still a beautiful. I think we're going to create the next summer. It sounds like you want to have a bonus now. And yeah, 3 games on the summer games and 15 points. She can talk to you good middle 6th play. Not only could be a first liner on another team, but second, third line. Sure. So just point out that it's being thought that you have the possibility of a whole this lineup up front. Although there are players who can jump into that spot. They'll not will just stand up to be as one that maybe step into that spot. So looking at the roster, you got Blue Chatter, Saxon, Derek, it's going to $75 million cap hit. Played 46 games in the past, keeping injury. 7 of them falls to the in the game year in. Toronto, 4 he would be according to the Parkedia chart. And then you got Bonds Wood, who they added from Colorado, 37 games, 4 goals, 4 assists, 8 points. Wood's a fourth liner at this point in his career. Down the middle, I like this team down the middle, to be honest. So you've got Monahan, he's got a $5.5 million cap hit from 2029. 54 games this past season, 19 goals, 38 assists, 57 points. Good health is necessary for this forward group if they're going to be productive this season and if they're going to stay in the hunt. Adam Fancelli coming off a ridiculous season, 31 goals, 23 assists, 54 points in 82 games. He's a restricted free agent next summer. Get him signed this summer, Don down. It's going to get a lot more pricey as next season gets rolling. I think Fancelli is ready to take off. Fancelli's probably going to push his way to that first line role, and Monahan likely ends up in the second line role. We'll see. Charlie Coyle, who's added the same trade as Miles Wood, $5.25 million cap hit for 1 more season. Played 83 games in total between Boston and Colorado this past year. 17 goals, 18 assists, 35 points. Coyle will probably be in that 15 to 20 goal range, probably in that 40 point range as well. Which for a third line player, that's fine. That's on the script. They have representing no goals, nothing. Like, using games, you have to bounce back and something done. Blue Jackets. The right side, we've got Geol, Tango, an excellent season. 79 games, 31 goals, 46 with 71 points. He has a $3.85 million cap hit until 2027, and he's a restricted free agent at that point as well. I think what's interesting is almost everybody in this without raising from contractors, so they've got some candidates. They've got some players down to next year, but we can see how many of these guys are underpaid. Then you've got Ken Johnson, 68 games, 24 goals, 33 assists, 57 points. If their team comes in that next step, there's going to be guys like Fancelli and Johnson and Mango to fill with them. Paul Jones, 2026, restricted free agent. I have been a bounce back this year. I think there's still more there for substances as well. And on the short time, you've got very popular Olivier as well. Now, when we look at the depth, and again, Kikov is still Kikov could very well still be with this team come training camp. Somebody from CIBC cared about the success of our business. It should be part of it. His agent already said no more first, and what happens for the summer. Yeah, but I think it's in best interest of Blue Jackets is about making sure he make a great place. And last year, he's jumped in, he's played 79 games this past season at 6 goals, 11 assists, 17 points. Lucia is a restricted free agent. He's not going to get a huge contract on it, despite his restricted free agent status. Delwell Moody, 6 games, 2 goals, 6 assists, 8 points, so fast. They're a pretty good player. See if he gets a shot. And he'll be named off.
Thank you.
Also, the bread is on. And now, as such, I don't know if you can sell one. Unfortunately, I say that because now, that's a pretty strong prospect a couple years ago. needs the defenders to be don't get a chance to stay with the blue jackets. On the blue line, I think they're pretty solid on the blue line, really. Starting with Lawrence, he is a 9.58 million captain until 2028. 81 games played this past season, 23 goals, 59 assists for 8 points. So just about the point of the game from Lawrence. Pretty excellent season on them. Well, they dropped on at 54.1 from captain from 2029. He played 66 in national from point to then and some performance. 6 games and 9 goals, 16 points. Yeah, that's the season. Finish, I thought, but either way, back row gives a soft off to the option and drop like that. Then you got a follow up. You get sticking on the 26 cents for 33 points. Very reliable defense program. And then you got the team who may very well break through this season. There are Columbus fans who think that's going to happen. 45 games total points to get to right now. It's very much one of those defense when we get better. Then the great Aaron Richardson, got Stevenson, 6 points, but so 2031. I would say that's high, but to be honest, it's starting with well, and then full of capture, 16 billion. $340,000 in capital for Columbus currently. So even though it's sad to get some sort of extension benefit for that type of good Branson, he's like 16 games for says he did a 5-year contract and his cap hit this year's $4 million. Dave Agostino, the best one, stay there and the woman who also that's the goal. Against the life of the offense this year. Although it's $5.4 million for captain for 2027. What place so we gave Banner advance and produced advantage for that one. What's that? It's the case now. Very good same %. So really strong numbers to treat, and then Paul Canto is available to be in the spot, and then try to build up to it. So we'll be economic growth for our next spots on the field. Working control, because he's driven by the attitude and they also strict building. This is the biggest error. So, speak about so the bottom of my say out for my so the event of exercise is the problem we got down off of aside from that way to about happy, whatever you got to do, all the things expect to play on students and maybe this will be the year. So let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Always, thank you guys so much for coming to support. Greatly appreciate it. I will talk to you again.
So you're going to see a conversation about this guy once or twice over the past few years. About one being the context of the movie business, and another in terms of the bill to
I'll take those.
although this video was 3 years ago. There's definitely it's not known. But today, we are moving. So if you like this, second, welcome to the phone, cover songs, I say this all the time, but if you are in the crowd trying to figure out stuff to talk about, like the first name on this Bible has all these things linked to him. So there are a number of things that I get to when it comes to any shell trade rumors and ideas. And besides, let's be honest with you. You can look over the one started. Because if you scroll all the way to this,
Come over here. Right.
and on the screen, on to number 16, we have ourselves the latest on Boston Road Center, Chicago, Zaga. 28 years old, $4.75 million pyramid. The group to explore the trade market on Zaga during the season, and there is belief out there that Boston is looking, again, and moving it. His 10-team training is just turned into 8-team training on July 1st. So he does have some say on his up, but if not, he's 2 years away from his contract. Now, aside Montreal, that was talked about in a previous video that we did on the same channel, that I think was just more so speculation and folks going, yes, once again.
That's my weapon right there.
Talked about here in places like the province or elsewhere in Vancouver. Discourse, it's definitely the point talking to guys like Jack Roslovic and potentially Mason McTavish too, if that's ever capable of happening. But how does that happen? It was perfect for what the Vancouver people should be ready for. As we said, they were going time. He was installed on your bed, but it was slow down and you take a look at his something there. You'll know some really pressing things. Firstly, Johnson is driving his birthday against his 21. But secondly, Carl Zaga was the 6th overall pick in this 2015 NHL entry draft. A stacked NHL draft, one of the best we have seen in a very long time. Take a look at the guys here. Connor McDavid, Jack Eichel, Dylan Strome. You don't tolerate Dylan Strome slander here on these parts of the internet. He's been very good lately. Big Warner, Ben Zaga is right there. Just not Zaga. He never lived up to the same potential as the guys ahead of him, or even some of the guys after him. Excluding the defense because there are pretty good defenders here in Zaga, Ramsey, and Toronto. But after that, you have guys like Timo Meyer, Nico Ramsey, Jake DeVos, Kyle Connor, Matthew Barzal, Josh Besser, Trubisky. Jack Roslovic is over here, so that's going to be interesting to see. And then followed up by Noah Jefferson and the Brazilian. So a lot of Canucks ties in this first round of 2015. But Michael Zaga was taken 6th overall by New Jersey because he was a big center, one of the big qualities, he has an offensive potential and some power. He was a very, very good profile. And that's why the New Jersey Devils took him 6th overall. Not to mention the fact that in 14-15, it's a pretty good first. Right? But the fact that he was playing the one team, it's fun. Inevitably, they have to knock out. Found himself a little at the 6, but it was still really until this happened. The level of the body but Strow's been a lot better than so it's kind of okay. But Zaga, here are the teams that the New Jersey Devils. They're all really no numerous so to the next one of this stuff. And that's what we talked about back in 2022. Inevitably, though, Zaka was sent over to Boston, where he started to perform very well. This was the best part of his career. 57 points in the games, 59 bounces out of the because the really good little fight, that's another true his previous season, Zaka only had 27 points in the first game. It's going to be down for Brooks, it's so much to do with the This is why we saw how he's often trading much earlier on in his career. He lost his better side on his ability to create the first one is crazy cost. Here's the thing. When we talk about Vancouver and Utah, I know this is this seems because of the only otherwise it's very second line center there. They're open up with trusted with the full time second line center for his series. Anderson again. I mean, what's going on? So we have a no box in the some particular script if you want to have a guy like Zaka down there. 55 to 50 minutes. There are to be some very decent points with Kane, Garland, and Zaka. Two guys that are a bit bigger and more physical. Garland is a very primary play driver. There can be some very good chemistry there. I mean, this is a team that has a lot of center support, I think, that is up and coming. Of course, Logan Cooley and Garrett Hayden are not necessarily like top-of-the-line guys right now, but they're so young and they're getting so good that I think there is a lot of versatility upcoming for the Utah Mammoth. And we have Nick Schmaltz, who can play center as well. Although I will say, his name isn't kind of out there and trading much too, so we don't really not good. That's what perfect. All the things that there is a lot of versatility in Utah, and that is without Jake Bishop entering the mix as well. So I'm just sitting here thinking, man, if the Utah Hockey Club can get Pavel Zacha in a trade, they will be the team to watch, I think. They already made some big splashes. They already have some really good young talent. Dylan Genther, don't get me started on him. Clayton Keller had 90 points this previous year. That is absolutely astounding. There's so much to pay attention to when it comes to the Utah Hockey Club that, quite frankly, I'm kind of jealous. I'm like, yeah, my Vancouver Canucks, they're not doing anywhere near as good. They don't have anywhere near the same amount of confidence from the fan base that the Utah club does. You know, I get it, Canucks fans have been used to being disappointed for years, but can we pull one out here? They got Andrei Kuzmenko a few years ago out of the bidding war that had seen many teams vie for his services. Can they win against Utah to grab a Pavel Zacha? Or is Zacha not even Vancouver's primary guy? Would they rather go after a McTavish or a Rosenzweig? Why not get both? Why not send away all that extra money off the blue line or whatever and try to open up more roster spots up front? The defense core is already pretty good, I'd say. So, with all that in mind, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below about the Pavel Zacha sweepstakes, how Vancouver and Utah are both linked. Who do you think's more likely to get him? Do you think he's going to get traded? Do you think he has any of these teams on his 8-team no-trade list? Thoughts in the comment section below. I hope you enjoyed this British Asheville 99. And bye. Sarah Bailey make appearances on the Bleacher Report YouTube channel. The BR Open Ice Insider Notebook is the show that he has been on. Obviously, we've been eagerly anticipating Frank Saravelli's next full-time media commitment. Seems like the Bleacher Report is in there, but he has been removed. Do I want to say removed? No, that's the wrong implication there. He ended up leaving Daily Face-Off because his contract expired. So now he's free to do other shows and come over on the things like Bleacher Report. But on the latest edition, 2 days ago, there was a very particular set of comments made by Sarah Bailey that happens around the 21:30 mark of the video clip. I'll leave a link in the description to this video here. And I wanted to refer your attention to the Ask an Insider part towards the end, where a comment from, I can't really read what the comment actually comes from, what the username is. They asked Frank Saravelli, what names should the Red Wings be looking at trying to acquire? This, of course, is a Detroit Red Wings centered video based off the title and thumbnail, and they're going over Saravelli's brutally harsh comments. So this video will be linked in the description, as well as this article written and transcribed by Nikhil Harshi on Sportskeeda.com. A broken record. Frank Saravelli calls upon Detroit to bolster their D-core to break into the NHL playoffs. Let's scroll down and read what this piece goes out there and says. After finishing with a 39-35-8 record, the Red Wings missed the playoffs for the 9th consecutive season. They have tried to bolster their roster, but still have a major need yet to be fulfilled. The Athletic recognized signing a top 4 defenseman as a priority for the Detroit Red Wings last month. They are yet to make a major signing. The Red Wings have decent defensive records. They have 3.16 goals against per game, making 24th with just 18 They look far better to more insider at 14 points and 95 rating on the season. Their most reliable team player is Red Spirits. Now, here's the thing. Reiserman has been very upfront about stuff this year. It's kind of interesting to see the way he has responded to some of the discourse on the plus stage about Red Weapons Hospital. I think some things might be a little bit not used to. Straight up saying, yeah, like we wanted to sign the guys in free agency, but they all re-signed with their own teams. We wanted to make these moves, we wanted to get guys, but we just had no opportunities to acquire them. We couldn't negotiate. Some guys got traded before free agency.